Hey everybody, Sarah, Thrifting for the Nest. It's been a while, like a year and a half since I have recorded a YouTube video, and I have been going back and forth for a few months whether I should start back up on my YouTube channel. Some of you may or may not have even noticed that I had taken my videos off of YouTube for a while and then I put them back on. And they've been on for a few months now. And now I've just decided that I'm ready to start doing YouTube again. So those of you may be new to my channel, you've never heard of me, you've never seen me before, hi and welcome. And for those of you who wondered where in the world I went, you'll see that I have been somewhat active, not a whole lot, on Instagram over the last year and a half. But I took about a year and a half to kind of step back from my business. I continue to sell on eBay and Poshmark, and but I just took some time to rest and recover. I had some health issues and just some kind of personal stuff that I have been working through over the last year and a half, and I really needed to sit back and pray about the direction of my business and what was happening and what I was supposed to be doing with my time. And over the last couple months, I felt the freedom to jump back in and to get started again. I didn't stop. I never stopped reselling, but I just wasn't doing it to the capacity that I had been a year and a half, 2 years ago. So I guess it's been almost 2 years really since I stepped back. So welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if this is your first time. I decided to start, I'm just going to do what I know to do, and that's a haul video. So I've been a reseller for 7 years on eBay. I've been selling casually on Poshmark for a couple of months, and I just started selling on Amazon a couple months ago. I'll talk about that another time. Today we're just going to focus on eBay. It's my first love. It's the thing that I know to do, and I was able to I started eBay when I quit my job, about a year after I quit my corporate job to stay home with my kids. And so eBay is my income. It helps me be a stay-at-home mom, and it has for the last 7 years. 7.5 years now. So I do most of my sourcing at the Goodwill outlet, as do many other resellers. If you are lucky enough to have an outlet near you, or a bins as we call it, it's a pay by the pound Goodwill store. And it's where I get most of my stuff. I still will go to retail Goodwills and other thrift stores. I have an eye to know what to pay up for, but I don't like to do that. I really prefer this business of buy low and sell high or low, or just for more than I paid for it. It seems to work pretty well for me. So anyway, I went to the bins this morning and I got about 45 pounds. I was there for about 2.5 hours, which is about my typical. I max out at about that point. I try to go in the morning. I'm never able to get there when they first open, because they used to open at 8 and now they open at 7. And I've got kiddos that I have to get off to school, so that is no longer possible for me to get there right at opening. But I found a good window that works for me. So anyway, I could blab on and on about what I do, but we'll go ahead and get into the haul since I'm pretty sure that's what you're here for. So if you'll just don't mind me, I kind of like spruced up my office just a little bit. I figure the more comfortable I get, you're going to get the more real me, but I did kind of clear up the clutter. But I do have my bags of stuff from the bins, and I will just go to it. I actually have a new computer and a new software that I'm recording videos on that I did before, and it's all very new to me. So hopefully this all works really well, and the camera gives good, like you a good view of what I'm trying to show you. So the first thing in my haul, I have 3 bags of stuff, so 45 pounds, some of that's shoes, so that adds up quickly. But these are some pretty basic Ralph Lauren. They are, you can't see the full length of them, but they are pajama pants, men's pajama pants. I'm not going to show the tag of like every single thing, because I think most of you know what Polo Ralph Lauren looks like. So I don't pick up everything that's Polo Ralph Lauren. The men's line I pay a little bit closer attention to, and their sleepwear, they're like just pajama pants, do really well for me. And you know, I feel like I'm kind of relearning this business right now, because I took a step back and just wasn't going as hard. My sales decreased quite substantially, as they would when you drop your activity level. But things have changed a lot in the last 2 years. So what I would have sold lots of 2 years ago, I can't sell for much anymore, and I'm learning new brands. So I feel like I'm in a season of learning. So that's one of the reasons why I decided to do YouTube channel again, because I figure while I'm learning, I can teach you what I'm learning. This is for me. Nobody cares about it. It's just a Target brand shirt. This is probably my favorite find of the day. It is a Millie dress. I don't know if you can see the fullness of this beauty. It feels like a wool, like a merino wool. So there's the tag, Millie, New York. Let's see if I can get, well, I'll have to practice this again, you guys, getting my clear pictures. So my favorite thing is new tags. I've never found a new tags Millie. So the MSRP on it is $350. It was marked down obviously to $210. So I've been able to sell used Millie dresses in the past for $40 to $60 depending on the style. Never had a new tags one, so that'll be new for me, and I'm excited about it. Yeah, so that's my best part. I guess I just started with the best piece. And then, I do a lot of bread and butter, just stuff that I know is going to sell. So I have this saying that you don't tell the bins what you're going to buy. The bins tells you what you're going to buy. So I just go with what I know I'm going to be able to sell. So here's an Ann Taylor loft dress. Again, you probably don't need to see that tag, but it's just a cute little sleeveless dress. Nothing too fancy. I have this method when I'm at the bins. I have like a stack of stuff that I may buy, like if I need to get to weight. It's just kind of my bread and butter stuff, and then the stuff that I know I'm going to buy. And that was in my maybe I'm going to buy it pile, and I didn't actually need it for the weight, and it's actually really lightweight, but I decided to throw it in there anyway because I think it's really cute. All right. I've got to do a little bit of research on these. So these are Dolce Vita boots. So like I said, I got some good shoes. These are in pretty fantastic condition. I know Target did a DV or a Dolce Vita line, which doesn't sell quite as well. I figured since these are suede boots that they should do pretty decent. So I'm going to do a little bit more research and figure out like how to price these. But everybody needs a good pair of boots for the winter, fall and winter time. So that would be good. I do sell bras. I don't show them on my videos because I just feel like who needs to see a bra? I'm very particular about the bras that I buy and resell. They have to be Victoria's Secret or Walkwell brand. I sell Classique, which is Lane Bryant's plus size brand, but those are and they have to be perfect, like perfect condition for me to pick them. I found a cute little Free People dress. Again, Free People is one of those things that it used to be super exciting to find, and now they're more of a bread and butter piece, something I know will sell, but probably not for as much as it used to. Here's another shirt for me. It's like my bonus, right? I don't have a corporate job with benefits, so my bonus is that I get to buy clothes for myself. This is a Nike dry fit piece. I think this is one of the merino wool hoodies. These are, because I live near Beaverton, Oregon, where the Nike headquarters is, I find a lot of Nike. I am in the Pacific Northwest, and my bins is usually loaded up pretty hefty with Nike pieces, Nike Columbia. Those are good bread and butters, but I love to find them. I mean, if I could just stock my store up with Nike athletic gear, I absolutely would. So speaking of, here's another pair of pants. You'll see that our Goodwill outlets get pieces from retail stores. So this was once at a retail store, priced at $12.99. Didn't sell there, ended up at the bins. Good pair of running pants. All right, that's bag one. Okay, I'm a third of the way through my haul already, you guys. I figure I'm going to wait till I like to do most of the shoes last. Shoes are one of those things that I used to never, ever pick up, but I've learned to pick better when it comes to shoes, and you kind of have to because I have gotten stuck with a lot of shoes that don't sell. So again, I'm really picky about shoes. They have to be in fantastic condition. Nobody wants to wear a pair of shoes that's halfway through their lifespan. So I am really particular about them. There's certain shoes that I will pick up no matter what, but I have gotten pickier, which has meant that my shoe sales have gone up, and they're a better buy for me. So this is an Anthropologie Diletta piece. So if you're not familiar with the Diletta tag, Diletta, and if you are not familiar with this, you can check to see if it's Anthropologie, and I think it's Anthropologie and Urban Outfitters have the RN number 66170. I'm not gonna do a close up, but it's the side tag. You'll see that. So there's a website too. If you just Google Anthropologie brands, it'll bring up a list of brands that are underneath the Anthropologie logo. I'm not quite sure, like, if Urban Outfitters, so Urban Outfitters and Anthropologie have the same, and I may be totally butchering this information, but they have the same covering, but some of the items go to one store umbrella and some go to the other. That probably makes no sense to anybody, but I feel like those of you resellers who are familiar with this know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that's said, because it has that 66170, it says Anthropologie on the side tag, I can put Anthropologie Diletta in my keyword, in my item title. I pick up cashmere no matter what. So this brand is not super exciting. It's Lord & Taylor, but it's a cashmere sweater that does not have any holes or stains and very minimal pilling. So this should sell at least for $20, $30 without fail. I will always pick up cashmere. I picked up J. Jill. I usually pick up J. Jill. So I mean, if it's super out of style, obviously, or very worn, I won't pick it up. But most of the time, because I'm just looking to bulk up my store, I'm looking to get to weight at the bins, J. Jill is a good brand for me to do that with. Again, I don't get super excited about it, but it's a good brand to sell. All right, the next one, these are super cute. I might try these on myself. They're Prana, and they are a linen pant, like a cotton linen blend. And Prana does relatively well for me. Again, I'm finding that I have to be a little bit pickier about the styles. Like men's Prana used to sell really well and really quickly for me, and now not so much. So I'm still learning this. And so I'm going to probably pick up most Prana in good condition, but I'm learning I have to just give a little bit more on my pricing. So I may overprice an item and end up having to take a lower best offer than I had anticipated, but that's okay, because when I'm buying stuff at the bins, it's all profit, because these pants weigh less than a pound. Oh, and I don't think I mentioned this. I paid $1.30 a pound at my Goodwill outlet store. So these are definitely less than a pound. So yay for that. Okay, we all know the sob story. That is LuLaRoe. If you've been a reseller for any period of time, you know that there was one point that any of us would just get super excited about any LuLaRoe. We would pay up at retail stores for it. Now, most of us cannot get rid of it. I know some of you have some luck with LuLaRoe still, and certain Carly dresses and all of that. So I have pretty much, I still pick it up sometimes because it's just like this reflex. And it takes sometimes some bad buys in order to stop picking up a brand. But I could not pass these up. They're leggings. They're like the one size leggings, but they're Sasquatch leggings. They're so cool. And the nerd in me really wants to wear them, but they're not my size, so I won't. I actually pulled comps on these on the Completely app, and these are kind of one of the styles or the patterns that are selling for like $16, $20. So it's still a good buy for me, as opposed to the leggings that are selling for maybe $4 plus shipping. Let's talk about shipping for a minute. I used to only do free shipping. So I think back when I did my YouTube channel before, I did everything as free shipping, but things have changed so much on the platform that I've decided to start charging shipping again. I charge flat shipping, and I have no problem with it. It has not tanked my sales at all. In fact, I tried to go back to free shipping for a little bit, and I know if you go back and forth too often, it will mess with your, you don't get a good gauge of what actually works and what doesn't. So maybe I didn't give it a fair enough shot, but I really like charging shipping. So I do charge shipping. It helps with those returns too, just making sure I'm not losing a ton of money on that. So I pick up most Lucky brand. It's one of those bread and butters. It doesn't sell for a whole lot unless it's a particular style, but I just think this is a cute little pineapple shirt, size medium. It's a linen blend. It should sell for like at least $10. And I like to fill my store with those small, I've gone back and forth. Like, I only want to buy stuff that's going to sell for over 20, but I'm okay with items that sell for less if that means just getting momentum in my store. So trying to have a good mix. I also buy most plus size that's like in style and in good condition. So this is Mark Bauer. I know I've sold something from this brand before. I'm not saying go out and buy Mark Bauer. Like, I'm not actually, I won't give you a list of bolos, be on the lookout items, because it's so dependent, right? Like, it's so variable. I probably wouldn't buy Mark Bauer if it wasn't plus size. Now, I might have to eat my words on that when I pull comps, because maybe Mark Bauer has become more popular, but this isn't a brand I find very often, and the only reason why I got it is because, or can you say that okay? Is because it's plus size. So, and it's cute. It's got these cute sleeves, it's stylish, it's got a really cute flowy hem. So I decided it was worth picking up. I found quite a few plus size pieces today. So Lucky brand, it's a thermal shirt. It's plus size. Plus size Lucky does really well for me. So if it's in good condition, it's a no-brainer. I picked up these J. Crew. These are J. Crew Pont pants. P-O-N-T-E. Am I saying that right? They're just a stretch legging, and it's a good basic piece. I actually have a couple pairs of these in my store right now in black, smaller size, that have got quite a few hits, quite a few views. No purchases yet, but I feel like somebody will. And the ones that I have in my store right now are a size 2. These are a size 12. They're a navy blue. I think that they should sell well. I love those J. Crew basics. They tend to do pretty well in my store. I looked these up at the bins because, again, NYDJ used to be a brand that sold no problem, not your daughter's jeans. Sorry if that's blurry. I can't tell because I'm covering up my screen when I do that. Now I'm blurry. Awesome. Hold on. Let's see if I can focus my camera. There we go. So weird. I looked up these Claire trousers, and these have again, I used the Completely app. If you have not used it, it's like $5, like a one-time fee, and then you get a good overall view of completed listings on eBay, what the average sell-through rate is. It's not great for everything, but I will also use the eBay app to check comps or completed listings. Anyway, these had a good sell-through rate and a decent price. So like I think it had like a $20 average price point with like an 80% sell-through rate. Don't quote me on that. But it was enough to make me say, okay, that's a good buy. I picked this up. I've got to take measurements. It's Rachel Zoe, and it looks like it's like a sweater dress. Super cute. It says it's a size medium. It looks like a small. It could be shrunk. I'm not sure. This is a good brand to pick up though. I don't find a lot of it. I find Nick and Zoe often, but not Rachel Zoe, and I get confused. Like which is the good one? And Rachel Zoe is the one that sells for more. So I'm gonna have to do just, it doesn't look shrunk. It just looks smaller than a size medium, but it could be just a fitted style. So I'm gonna do a little bit of diligence on this before I list it. Don't want to sell a shrunken item to a buyer. So stay tuned on that one. Picked up this Land's End. It's just a basic button front shirt. It's plus size. Probably wouldn't have picked this up if it was a smaller or medium, but because it's a 26, size 26 plus size, these plus size basics do great as bread and butter. You'll see that I'm not really showing a bunch of exciting things. Like if I could go into the bins and pick up a bunch of Gucci and higher end pieces all the time, I absolutely would, but it's like a thrill when I do get a higher end piece. Kind of like this one. So this is Trina Turk, which, you know, it depends on what you have with Trina Turk. I have sold Trina Turk pieces for $80. I have sold Trina Turk pieces for $14. So it just depends on the style. But these are a cute pleated trouser, and I like them. And I thought these will be a good addition to my store. So sometimes I think these haul videos are boring. So I would like to know what you think. Are we tired of them? This has been the back and forth in my brain for the last few months since I've been considering coming back to YouTube. Is I could tell you conversationally how I run my store, but the content really is what did I buy at the bins? And then if you remember, if you followed me for any period of time, on Mondays I would always do a what sold video. So kind of like what the bin pickers do. So they do sold Sundays, and I would do a what sold on a Monday morning over the weekend, just to show basics of what is actually selling and what the price points are. Because you can say, I think I'm going to get $30 for this, but eventually 2 months later, you may just take a best offer for $8 to get it out of your store. So I think it's always really good to see what is actually selling on eBay and what it's selling for. But I have content for that like once a week to give enough, right? If I give you a weekend's worth of sales. So I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna organize my content here with YouTube, but I felt like a good old-fashioned haul video was a good way to break through back into the scene. So let me know what you think. Are you tired of haul videos? What content do you like? I feel like there's so many really fantastic resellers that have really great content on YouTube right now, and they are doing things that I wouldn't necessarily do as far as just the content that I provide. I'm also very technologically impaired. So I would love to make fancy videos with cute headers and all of that. You know, my thumbnail for YouTube is probably going to be like, you know, because I just don't know how to do all the rest. Maybe someday I will learn, but I'm too busy reselling and being a mom right now. Okay, so I picked up this Coldwater Creek blazer. It's plus size. I won't pick up Coldwater Creek if it's not plus size. So again, this is where multiple factors matter. Again, Coldwater Creek might be or might not be a brand that you're very familiar with. I picked up this Wrangler blouse. It's a double XL. It's cute. I don't pick up all Wrangler, but it is a button, like a snap button. Get you in the frame here. Snap button top, like a lightweight cotton, and the fact that it's 2X, being plus size again. It's a sure thing because it's in great condition. I love this. Is this my size? It's my size. It's not really my style, but it feels like the fabric is super cozy in it. That's what caught my eye. It's a dolman. Oh, sorry, I totally froze up. Oh, that was weird. I don't know how that's gonna play out, but I'm not gonna edit it because I'm technologically impaired. All right, it's a Soma piece. I kept you in suspense. It's a Soma loungewear piece. It's a dolman hoodie, and it's got short sleeves, and it is luxuriously soft and plush. So I love picking up Soma. Doesn't sell as well as it used to, but I could not pass up that glorious piece. This is a Jones New York. Again, only picked up this brand because it's new with tags, and plus size. So, I mean, the MSRP on this is $84. I'll probably sell for like $15, but that's fine with me because I paid probably $1 or less for it. And I also bought this because it was new with tags. Pretty sure it was new with tags. Yes. It's Catherine's. So again, plus size, new with tags. And it's a 1X basic blue button front blouse. This is perfect career wear. I honestly probably would have worn it when I worked at my corporate job, which I do not anymore. Another top for myself because I think it's cute. Don't even know what brand it is, but you don't need to see the clothes I picked out for myself. I pick up most Columbia pants. These are like the Omni Shade sun protection pants. And again, I see quite a bit of Columbia in my neck of the woods. They're a really lightweight PFG women's pair of pants. And I picked up these 7 jeans. Sorry, I hear my cat in the entryway. They're plus size 7. They're not 7 for all mankind. They're 7. Do you know there's a difference? When I first started selling, so I learned a lot about stuff by making mistakes. So when I first started selling, I listed this brand as 7 for all mankind, and somebody bought the jeans from me and very kindly sent me a message and said, I love my jeans, but you should know that 7 for all mankind is a higher end. They're totally different brands. 7 for all mankind is a higher end jean, and 7 is lower end. Again, the market's changed quite a bit, but I feel like that still rings pretty true. These jeans, because they're plus size, should sell well. I think they're 26, 24. Straight leg denim, little distressing. They're in style right now, so they should sell well. I'm pretty picky about jeans because they're heavy, and a lot of people, unless they know exactly what style they like to wear, I won't buy jeans on the internet because I need to try them on first. And I feel like a lot of women are probably similar. Maybe that's not the case so much with men, but I know women are, especially women with curves. It's just like you think you're one size, but really in a different brand, you're a different size, and that's just how that goes. But I picked these up, cut from the cloth, do pretty well for jeans as long as I price them correctly. These are Catherine boyfriend fit. I like this brand. It does pretty well. It's pretty consistent for me. Sometimes the sell-through rate is slow, but that's okay. This was the first piece I picked up when I got to bins. It is a sweatshirt, like a Nike workout sweatshirt, sleeveless sweatshirt. It has some makeup on it. So I will be running this through the washing machine, of course. I want to make sure that all my clothes that I sell on my eBay store are clean. And so I will make sure to use some stain treatment to get that out, but it's makeup, it's like foundation, so it won't be a problem. Again, Nike Dry Fit. It's a cute, basic athletic piece. Okay, guys, last bag, and most of this is shoes, I think. Okay, I picked up these. They're Think brand sandals. I had never heard of them until a couple months ago. Nicole State actually threw me a pair at the bins, and did some research on them, and I was like, oh, there's something. It took like 2 months for me to sell them, but I sold them for $30. So these are a little more worn than those other ones, but I figured it was still worth buying if they have a good following. I actually looked these up first. I don't always look up certain brands, but Aldo is one of those brands that can be really good or really not good. So I've had, I mean, I think when I first started selling on eBay, I only did auctions, and I only did auctions for like the first 2 years and did really well with it. And I remember I had a pair of Aldo women's heels, and I think they sold for like $60. I think I started the auction at $5 and they ended at $60, and I was like, oh, I guess this is a brand. It's how I learned brands, was through auction. These are men's, and they're like a leather pointed toe loafer, and they're in really good condition, and the comps looked pretty good on this style of men's Aldo shoes, so I decided to go ahead and pick them up because they were in fantastic condition. If they had any like flaws in them, I probably would not have picked them up because they are pretty heavy. I love Toms. I love them for myself, and I will resell them. Oh, these are worn, like more so than I thought. They have some fraying on the heels, so I will not be selling these because Toms are one of those that also have to be in pretty fantastic condition in order for me to sell them. Because Toms can get gross because you don't wear them with socks. So, I always try to think like, what would I want to get as a buyer? And so sometimes, I mean, I have a fair amount of stuff that I send back to the bins because you get it home and you throw it on a hanger, you get it in good lighting, and you're like, oh, this has a flaw, or these are grosser than I thought they were. So that's why I'm pretty picky about shoes. Ooh, you're going to see my cat. He's friendly. His name is Hamlet, and he's very old and fluffy. So that's fun. Lint rollers are my best friends. I got these. They're Tevas. They're just a Teva sneaker, and they're cute, and they're a size 7. I always struggled with this, though, because they look smaller than a women's 7 to me. So I'm like, well, they're a kid's 7. But I think there's like an overlap, right? Like kids sizes start at like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And once you get, I mean, you could be a kid size 6 or you could be a women's size 6. It's the same, right? Is it? Help me out here, internet friends. All right, picked up these Columbia snow boots. I have another pair in my store just like them, and they've gotten quite a few views and offers. The offers were pretty lowball, and I didn't take them because it's the beginning of the winter season. So I figured I'd buy another pair, and then I would at least have another pair of another size in my shoe. I picked these up because this brand I don't do a lot of kids' clothes at all, but they're Native, the brand Native, and they're cute little sneakers. I know that they're kind of known for their rubber perforated shoes, but I decided to pick these up and try them out because even if they sell for $15, these things weigh like 8 ounces. So I paid 70 cents for them. If they sell for $15, that's a great return. Okay, these Toms are cute and in really good condition. They're the crochet lace Toms. I have a pair of these and I love them, and I should probably get 15 to 20 for them. Again, they're super lightweight, so you really can't lose with them. These are Merrell's. They're men's. They're really good condition for Merrell's. Merrell's usually are worn out by the time they get to the bins, but these are actually in really good condition. And so the soles are in pretty good shape. You can see where they're a little bit worn down on the heel. They're also my husband's size, so I figured, well, I'll buy them. And if I don't want to sell them, maybe my husband will wear them. So again, that's a perk of the job. So I would consider these type of things like my bread and butter. They're just Nike athletic shorts. They're in good condition. I always check for like fabric pulls on them. These have like 1 or 2, but they'll still sell for $10. And I just need a few of those $10 items in my store to keep the flow moving. Orvis is a brand that was, I used to consider it like a brand that really not a lot of people knew about. It was just something that just consistently sold that not a lot of people like pick up or know about. And it's still kind of like that, but I haven't sold enough Orvis in the last year to really know what the market's like for it. I decided to pick it up. It's women's and not men's, so that's like strike 1. It's not plus size, strike 2. But it's a basic shirt, so figured I'd throw it up, and that's kind of one way I test the market too. If it sells right away, if I get a lot of views, I'll say, okay, Orvis is still something to be picking up. I've sold this brand before. It's literally like nothing. It's not any kind of, it's not a Bolo brand. It is a plus size, so that I've got that going for me, but I love this stuff. I have like one of these tops, and I love it. I don't love this top for myself necessarily, so I will sell it, but because I know this animal print is still really popular for some people, so I went ahead and picked this up. It's like it's a dress. It's a dress. It's like a short dress, but it's, you want to see the tag, don't you? It's Simply Aster. Okay, this is not a Bolo. Do not quote Sarah Thrifting for the Nest saying this brand is a Bolo, but I think that if it's plus size and it's a cute pattern, it's worth picking up. Maybe I'll eat my words. Did you see that? I don't know. I'll have to check. This brand always surprises me in its popularity. I don't think it's anything remarkable, but it's consistent. It's fresh produce. It sells best if it's plus size. It's a large, not a plus size, but it's cute, and I like the hem. I like the pattern. It is in good condition. I think half the time that this stuff gets to the bins, it's pretty worn out, and I won't pick it up unless it's in really good condition. Are we done with shoes? Oh, I have a few more pairs of shoes. Sorry, they just kind of fell to the bottom, so we're back to clothes for a minute. This is Toad & Co. Used to be Horny Toad was the brand. Oh, I don't know what I just dropped. Oh, I just knocked over my craft packing paper. That's okay. It is a tunic, like dress, tunic, top. This brand is just a good basic brand, sells pretty quickly, not for high dollars, but it's a consistent seller in my store. And then North Face, this is one of those brands that's like, it either sells for a lot or it sells for nothing, and it just depends on what it is. I don't anticipate this will sell for more than $20, but it's just a basic women's pullover fleece, like a lightweight fleece jacket. I remember when I first started shopping at the bins and selling on eBay, it was like North Face was the thing. It was the, like, you did not succeed as a reseller if you did not find North Face. People would fight over this stuff in the bins. It was ridiculous. But I remember getting so excited every time I found a North Face, which wasn't very often as a new seller. And now I'm like, oh, yeah, I mean, same as Columbia. That's kind of how I feel about it now. Unless it's like a really nice down coat. So, okay. I'm checking out my recording stats. It's a new software that I'm using, so I'm not used to how it looks. Okay, I'm at 33 minutes. Whew, okay. Page jeans. They're Page Manhattan jeans. These do really well. I double checked comps just to make sure, because some Page jeans I will sit on forever and not sell them. But typically those are good. I love these. These are an Athleta. They're a cute floral print Athleta legging. They're a capri legging. Athleta still does really well. Super bread and butter for me. Sometimes it sells better for me than Lululemon. Excuse me, my voice caught. Anyway, so I always like finding Athleta, and I will always pick it up if it's in good condition. I will always pick up soccer gear, Manchester United specifically, and it's Nike. So those things all meet my criteria of when to pick up sports gear. I am not sporty and all, so you know, I just have to go with what I know the trends are, because I literally have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to sports. All right, these are Nike golf pants. I actually just listed a pair just like these today. They're a Clima Fit. I guess I listed Storm Fit pants, but they're similar. They're kind of a windbreaker golf pant. So always a good, the Nike golf line still always does really well for me. I probably shouldn't have picked this up. It's not a big deal. Like, I'll put it up, it'll sell. It's a J. Crew blazer, which, okay, good fit, right? It's a size 2, and I just don't sell those smaller sizes super well in my store. But it is nice. It's wool. It's in good condition. It's from the outlet. You can tell it's from the outlet because it has those dots on it. So we'll see. I mean, if I can get $15 for this, I will be happy. I'll probably price it higher. Leave myself some room for negotiation. Nike USA pullover. These do really well for me. So I haven't found quite as many of them recently, but I used to sell quite a bit of these in my early days. So I don't know. We'll see. Here's an Under Armour pullover. Again, a good basic. I love these athletic pieces. Under Armour stopped selling quite as well for me for as high dollar amounts when they started carrying Under Armour at Costco. So I always know when a brand hits Costco, I'm like, well, now we're going to tank the market. It just happens. If people can get it at Costco, it tends to just not do quite as well. Okay. I'm down to like my last 2 items here, you guys. We're doing good. Banana Republic. I'm very picky about what I buy with Banana Republic. I'm finding that Banana Republic does really well in men's stuff. So are you seeing that? I gotta really pay attention here. Banana Republic. It's still blurry. There it is. Kind of. Okay, I'll get that positioning figured out eventually. It's merino wool. It's a nice, good winter basic piece, and it's in great condition. And then, okay, actually I have one more. Again, don't do a ton of kid stuff, but I decided to pick these up because they're super lightweight and they're super cute. They're the brand Sea Kai Run. Do you see Kai Run? Okay, I don't know. There we go. You can kind of see part of it. Anyway, they're really cute little girls, Mary Janes. They're in really good condition, and I think I should be able to sell these for like $18. All right, that's it, you guys. First haul video in 2 years is recorded. So if you've stuck with me this far, thank you so much. For any new viewers, thanks for tuning in, and my old viewers, hello. Hope to see more of you. Thanks for so many of you reached out to me on my hiatus too, either through Instagram or through my YouTube channel, and I just really appreciated that. So you can find me on Instagram, speaking of Instagram, at Thrifting for the Nest, and I would love it if you wanted to subscribe to my channel. You'll get more alerts for my haul videos and what sold videos, and we'll just kind of see where this thing takes us moving forward. Feel free to ask any questions or comment in the comment section, and I look forward to talking to you guys later. All right, have a good one.